Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network, for the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews. Press 1.
Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, and the schmoes know, this is Box Office Breakdown. Information and commentary on weekly movie box office.
At all. There we go. I was just talking to myself for a couple seconds.
Voila.
Hi guys, welcome back to Box Office Breakdown on the Popcorn Talk Network. I'm your host, Sara Stretton, and
Poof.
the other side of the table has a lot to say, and I have found the problem with Sundays. I was loving our move to Sunday until these two showed up, going a little crazy over something other than movies.
Yeah, that's what happens, when you're a sport fan.
Yep.
I was at a Dodger game on Thursday where we clinched. It was fantastic. I got to hug Terry Collins on TV. That was amazing.
I saw that. I
Yeah,
tweeted that out. That was great.
After I hugged him, I got like 40 text
I
messages.
feel like you guys
in
are
a
like
row.
different people on Sundays. You're way more stressed.
Listen, Patriots only play like 2 night games on a Sunday, maybe a year. And they're playing the Colts. It's a revenge game for Deflategate, but I'm here. My priorities are with Box Office Breakdown.
Yeah,
It's DVRing.
Everyone feel loved.
I was watching
because
the first thing
he
of that
left
game.
and they came in like 2 seconds ago and they're like, we have to do the show right now, and when we're done, we're running out.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
We dropped 3 runs in the first inning off of Jake Arrieta, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah. It's been a busy day. Also, the Star Wars poster came out.
Star Wars poster come out. That is movie related. That
Is that
you
real?
can talk about.
Is that real, that poster?
Yeah,
Did you see
I
the one
think
with
so.
Stallone on the bottom of it?
Yeah,
That
that's
one's
the best
not
one.
real.
That's
Did you
the
see
best
it, though?
one.
No.
So good.
I did not
He's going
see
to be
that
in
one.
it. He's a stormtrooper.
Like, I want that poster, but now I want that version of it.
You want the Stallone version?
I want the Stallone version.
gonna be
That, we
made.
should play that with
Yeah.
our poster game if that ever
gonna be
comes
made.
back.
Oh, poster game will come back next week, by the way.
All right, so before we get into this week's surprising, in my opinion, top 5, let's throw out some numbers because you guys, or some winners, because you guys were not so surprised. We have a lot of winners. Hitting Goosebumps right on the money is Chris Median. For the Bridge of Spies guessing game is Arthur Carlson. Crimson Peak guessing game goes to Robert Burke. And lastly, the winner for Woodlawn, which we're not really talking about, is Brett Atkinson, going 5 for 5 this week.
Wow.
Yep, is Alex Marisanu, Tomas Zelenka, Robert Burke, Andrew Curtis, Dylan Mackinson, David Reeves, and our favorite person who is back in our good graces for sending us winners.
Yeah. Did he really go 5 for 5?
It says myself in my text message, so
Wow. Well, I won our thing, so.
with 3.
Yeah.
Hey, it was good enough. I mean,
I totally did not get 2 Goosebumps, which we should get into. Rounding out the top 5 is going to go to Hotel Transylvania 2. Sony Pictures bringing in $12 million more, dropping 40%. Crimson Peak opened at 12.8. This is what killed me personally.
Yep.
Did not see this coming. I was never really jumping to go see Crimson Peak, but I felt like the word around town was that people wanted to see it. So this to me was really surprising. We'll get into that. Bridge of Spies, Tom Hanks and Spielberg bringing in $15 million. This is a Walt Disney movie. Just to throw that out there.
I didn't realize
Yes,
that.
it is.
Then Martian finally losing its number 1 spot, going to number 2, dropping 42%, bringing in $21.5 million.
That's a lot of
It is
money.
getting up there. It's doing very well. We'll talk about how that's impacting Ridley Scott's movies in general, where it's coming out on his list. And then number 1 goes to Goosebumps. Also from Sony, bringing in $23.5 million. Jack Black, kids, fun, family. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out why so many people saw this, because the ratings are not horrible.
Yeah.
I heard it's a good ride.
It's been much more positive than anything that I felt like the trailers or the advertising or the marketing was inciting in people. And I feel like it's been the opposite result for Crimson Peak, where people were hyped about it coming out. It was getting a lot of good press. People were just saying that it's favorite movie and whatnot. It was going to look fantastic, and people are coming out not as full of enjoyment, I would say.
Well, I put Crimson Peak at number 1. I believe you did too, right, Sarah? I really thought the horror crowd was going to come out. It's an R-rated horror film, but for some reason, I guess I didn't really count that into the factor with Goosebumps.
An R-rated horror movie with like
Yeah.
top actors.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I was
Tom
very
Hiddleston, who else? Jessica Chastain, we know them, but they're not, I wouldn't say they're draws so much.
I would
Unless
say Tom
he's-
Hiddleston's typically
Unless
a
he's
big
Loki.
draw.
Unless he's Loki,
Yeah.
then he's a draw.
Okay,
he hasn't
fine.
proven he's a draw outside of an Avengers movie or
Okay.
Thor movie.
Well, obviously you're right, because
Yes.
the movie did not do that well, and I would have given him the credit before this. It would have
Yeah.
assumed that the horror crowd would have come out in much stronger numbers than what we got this week.
Hotel Transylvania should have been, I guess, a little more of a clue because that opened huge. I just didn't think Goosebumps, because Hotel Transylvania is a sequel.
Yeah.
It's a kids movie. Goosebumps, it had that weird thing where it's like, yeah, it's a kids movie, but it's not
But
exactly.
not really, yeah.
Yeah, it's not really. And it's like it's a big property to us growing up. I didn't think kids today would really connect with it.
I did not either.
But maybe it was just the fact that parents were bringing their kids to see it. And
I knew it.
I wonder if Hotel Transylvania was in theaters, it probably would have made another 5-7 million.
Yeah, look, Sony,
Well, I mean-
Sony bookended it. Number 1 and 5. I mean, Crimson Peak. Look, that's a terrible result. I mean, that's not good at all. 12. I was expecting like 18, so I had it at number 2. But The Martian overperformed again at 21 million. That's a lot of money. And Bridge
Yeah.
of Spies did about right where I thought it would be.
Yeah, same here.
I mean, look, Crimson Peak. I don't know what the budget was. Does anyone know what it is?
55 million.
They're probably they're going to lose money, but it's Universal.
Depends how it does.
They had a crush year anyway, so they don't care.
Depends how it does universally. I mean,
No.
universally.
Universally?
The
Yeah.
spaceships
You-
do pick up these
You-
movies.
We don't
Yeah.
get those numbers,
Internationally.
JT.
Yeah.
We don't know how this is doing universally.
That's true.
It'll
We
crush
only
it.
do internationally on this show.
It's going to crush on Mars.
Did any of you guys see the movie?
On this list, I've only seen, out of our top 5 movies, I've only seen The Martian.
Okay.
I feel very behind.
Interesting. I saw Crimson Peak today. Saw Bridge of Spies on Friday. Both solid movies. I didn't think they were amazing. I'm not gonna run out and say you need to go see these movies, but I had a good time with both of them. Like Bridge of Spies I thought Spielberg, Hanks, it's not like
talk a little bit about that.
What, the Spielberg-Hanks connection?
We talked about Spielberg. We talked about Hanks a little bit last week. But I was just talking. This is the first movie Spielberg's directed in 3 years.
since Lincoln.
Yeah.
So, and he's been doing a lot of executive
Mm-hmm.
producing.
TV and other shit.
And yes, like Lincoln pulled in, I feel like a lot of, is up for awards and
Yeah,
acting.
it made some good money.
But it wasn't like a movie I feel like you really want to go back and watch 1,000
I
times.
disagree. I've watched Lincoln twice
Really?
since I've picked up on Blu-ray. I really love that movie. It was one of my favorites of the year, though.
Okay.
But it's a certain. I mean, it's almost in the same vein as this movie. It's like a historical kind of like. Whereas Lincoln, everyone knows Lincoln.
I kind of
Everybody.
want Spielberg
Not
to
a
do
lot of
something
people know
like
the story.
fun again that's not Kingdom of the Crystal
His
Skull.
next 2 movies are the BFG,
Yeah.
which is the big freaking giant, and then you have Ready Player One, which is this huge sci-fi property based on a
Yeah.
book.
Is that Tom
So
Cruise?
he's going back to his summer kind of blockbuster roots with his next 2 films. I think it's nice that he does like these little films like this. Bridge of Spies, again, okay movie. Hanks is great, but it feels like what you would expect from a Spielberg Hanks movie, but not to the level of Saving Private Ryan.
Was Ronald Reagan in
Alright.
it?
No, I wish he was.
He's the best.
How do you guys feel about the continuation of Bridge of Spies? We're getting a ton of new movies this week. We're talking about Bridge of Spies is only entering in at 15 million. And when you got the market being flooded, we could see a really high drop. I mean, the highest drop we saw this week was Pan, which dropped 62% down to almost $6 million.
That is a huge drop for a second week.
That is 62%. Wow.
Pan. Oh my goodness! Like, ooh.
Spielberg's like Ben Nair with Hook.
It has a total.
Not gonna.
Pan has a total gross right now domestically of about 26 million,
Holy
I believe.
Sounds
Yeah.
On what did we say? At least $150 million
150
production.
and then
Yeah.
PR is
Budget.
probably close to 250. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's a huge
They're gonna
bomb.
write that down big time.
So, and not doing the best.
But
Or even
Woodlawn.
good.
Woodlawn isn't. I remember I said it was probably a Jesus movie. It is a Jesus movie.
You looked it up?
It
you
was
really?
like some kind of sports Jesus movie.
Did someone give you like a ton of crap, or
No,
did
I
you
just-
actually look it
I
up?
was reading it somewhere, and they're like Woodlawn.
And we did have
Jesus
someone
based.
guess the actual what it
Oh,
brought
yeah.
in. It came in at number 9 with 4.1 million. So it
Sicario's
did make
sticking around.
the top 10, along with Sicario in the top 10, The Intern, and rounding out the top 10 was Maze Runner. But we're going to be seeing, I think, a big switch up
Oh yeah.
this week.
Well, this week, I mean, they're definitely taking it. We'll get into it, but they're definitely taking advantage of this horror thing coming up this week. And I don't know. You know, horror movies usually do really good that first weekend. Then they drop off.
They but even better than this. Like this is so.
Crimson
low.
Peak at 12 million. Like it's gonna drop off, especially with all the stuff coming out. I mean, hopefully it could pick it up internationally, but I don't know. It's not looking good.
No.
Well, before we get into any international numbers or anything, because I do want to do a little bit of a review of. We haven't talked about how the year's looking.
Okay,
in
go
a
ahead.
while.
For what?
Just
For
the
movies?
year, and
I thought you
No,
mean
I
me
was
as a whole.
actually just talking about my life
Yeah.
this year.
I'm sure everybody
We've
would
come
love
to
to hear that.
October. I
Yeah.
finally got a new phone.
You did.
The
Good
people
stuff.
looked at me like it was ancient.
Where were you
Anyway,
for Halloween last year? What were you again?
I was Zorro.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
What the hell was I? Did you have like the thing, the mask?
Yeah, we're not actually
Was it like
talking
a-
about me. We're
Yeah, but he
talking
wears
about
like
movies.
doesn't he wear like a cat suit or something? Were you wearing like a full cat suit?
Where's the dress?
I don't want to go into this.
That means yes.
Anyway,
Wait till you see what me
going
and JT are.
into this year,
Yeah, we're gonna
are you gonna dress
crush.
up for the show?
Yeah, we're gonna crush.
Or you're gonna dress up for the show here?
I think so.
I don't
Yeah.
know about
On the
that.
Sunday,
Yeah.
he
We'll
said
see.
it.
All right.
He.
Are you gonna?
If you do, we
we
will.
will.
I will dress up for the show.
What are you gonna be? I'll buy you something and you can
No,
wear it.
I'm gonna pick out my own outfit.
All right.
Thank you very much.
All right. I'll pick out something really cool.
Sounds
No,
like a plan.
I mean I trust you completely, but I'm
Obviously.
going to make my own choices.
Okay.
No, years looking at the movies, and I feel like we're due for some changes because right now, out of the top 10 grossing movies of 2015,
Okay.
our most recent ones were like Minions when it made,
Yep.
and now is in the 5th spot, or when you look at Ant-Man, which is currently in the 9th spot, this domestically. Like, we need another movie to kind of throw in there and
Oh,
change that
it's-
up. And are we
it's-
just waiting for December?
November. I mean, come
November?
on. You're looking at Hunger
Creed.
Games.
Yeah.
Hunger Games, Creed, and
Yeah.
Spectre.
There we go.
Those three will be in the top 10.
So that's what we're looking for. So this is going to be our top 10 for now, but nothing really has been, we haven't been breaking any of those numbers yet. But when you look at the box office as a total, we are beating it. We're already at 8.6 million, whereas last year at this time we were
Billion.
about billion. Thank you.
Yeah.
We're at last year we were about 8.2. And so we
Jesus.
only have to aim for 10.3 or 4 to be last year. So we're looking at I think a pretty big
Wow.
percent
Might do,
up.
this
I
might
think,
do 15 billion.
I think Universal alone is about more than half of that billion. Jurassic
Walt
World,
Disney-
Fast and Furious.
Yeah, but
It's
Walt
been
Disney's
kinda
about to come
crazy,
up.
yeah.
What's the biggest movie of the year? Jurassic World so far, right?
Yeah, hands down.
'Cause
Yes,
don't forget
Jurassic
American-
World.
American-
Domestic Jurassic
Yeah,
World
not
is
even
bringing
close.
in a total of $651 million, and it opened with 208.
domestic.
Yes.
Jesus, that's a lot
Their
of money.
third highest grossing
Domestic
film
totals.
of all time.
You look at the top 5 right now.
Yeah.
Domestic, it's Jurassic World, Avengers: Age of Ultron, Inside Out, Furious 7, Minions.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes, so these are domestic.
I want Minions out of
numbers.
there.
Yeah, it'll be out of
You
Hunger
don't
Games is
have
gonna
to
knock
wait
it out.
much longer. Like,
No.
I wanted to mention them now because they need to retain that glory for a little while.
Yeah, I don't want the Chinese looking back at the numbers and being like, Minions in the top 10.
All
Need
right.
more
They don't
Minions.
need to
Well,
see that.
speaking of China, let's go over to international numbers for a little bit. Chinese audience didn't seem to mind waiting 3 months to see Ant-Man. So the comic book movie over there is finally out, and it opened to $43.2 million
Jesus.
this weekend. Yep. That makes it the second largest opening for a Disney and Marvel release. It trails behind Avengers: Age of Ultron, which kicked off its run last summer with 156 million in a
Yeah,
5-day
that was
debut.
only in China.
I thought I was reading that wrong for a second. That's
What
crazy.
is going on?
That was only in China, man.
Yeah.
I told you they eat ants. over
Yeah, they do. Well, they do. They
So-
got chocolate-covered ants.
there. Yeah.
Got
It-
butterscotch-covered ants.
I've had like candy covered
you
ants.
told
They're pretty
me.
good.
Yeah,
they are. Not bad.
So Ant-Man's start over there is easily securing at the top spot in the foreign market. It's also pushed the global haul to $454.8 million.
Hey, that's-
Those ain't those ant-sized numbers.
No.
Chocolate-covered crickets.
It's a pun.
What didn't do well over
Crickets.
there as well as over here is Crimson Peak. The film flopped domestically. Here we talked about it bringing in $12.8 million. It was only slightly more successful overseas
Ugh.
with 13.4 million. So it didn't even crack the top 5 foreign.
Damn.
And it makes it unlikely that the picture, which is a passion project for director Guillermo del Toro, will be able to earn back its $55 million production.
A passion project for $55 million. He ain't doing any more passion projects, I'll tell you that.
Pacific Rim 2 is a passion project for him, but it made just enough money, and it's been a lot in the news lately. Like, I don't think this is going to help his case.
Yeah.
But I think Pacific Rim is a much different beast than this. This is a small... It's a very adult horror film, by the way. It's not like... he even said himself, he doesn't consider it a horror film.
Yeah, it's just...
Then I'm sorry, then it's like marketed wrong, because it's marketed like a complete horror thriller.
It's like a romantic... gothic thriller.
Yeah, it's just nobody wants to see this.
That just sounds weird.
It sounds
like you just tried to. You're like, I'm gonna mumble a bunch of genres and put them in a pot and be like, ooh, like this.
$55 million shouldn't be a passion project. A passion project is something like you shoot in your backyard for a couple of bucks, not $55 million.
Or like
it depends how much money you got.
Something like that.
There was a woman. There was a Chinese. I believe she was Chinese. I might have
Of
to.
course she was. Why wouldn't she be?
I feel like you're brainwashing me, so I don't actually remember now.
Chinese brainwashing.
But she was an actress.
Anyway,
she's a famous actress. She just spent like $44 million on
I saw that.
wedding.
It was like 49 or 44 million.
On a wedding.
This thing looked like a
passion project for $55 million. You made a movie.
Yeah.
She had a wedding.
She's probably if you do a wedding for $40-something million, it means you're worth like $1 billion.
Dude,
they probably own like.
Did you see the pictures?
Something.
I saw the cake.
Picture like the halftime show at the Super Bowl and turn that into a wedding.
She invited like
pretty close
thousands
to what
of
it
people.
was. I mean,
they probably ripped off everybody over there.
I feel like I
much
should
for
have
the
been
dress?
invited.
$20 million.
right, for 44 million.
I feel like I could have been invited.
Imagine the gift bag you leave in that place.
You were dressed up as Zorro. They would let you come in there.
Okay.
Lamborghini
Well,
waiting for you outside.
a little bit, just a tiny bit more. Let's talk about The Martian. Continued to attract big crowds around the world, snagging second place, so behind Ant-Man, with 37 million global gross. The adventure film, we already know what it's about Matt Damon, is directed by Ridley Scott and has now made 319.2 million worldwide. At this pace, it should have no trouble crossing the $400 million mark, particularly given that it has yet to open in China, the second biggest market for the film.
China loves Matt Damon. They love Matt Damon.
They love Matt Damon. They love space. You put those two together, it's a bona fide hit. Not only that, but the Chinese have a big role in the film.
Yeah, they do. It's going to do 100 million over in China.
So Martian got second, and third is going to Hotel Transylvania 2 internationally, brought in 30.6 million, now earning 267 million globally since opening last month. And finally, the top 5 was rounded out by Chinese comedy Goodbye Mr. Loser, bringing another 22, and the Warner Bros. Fantasy flop, Pan, with 14.4, yes. So pushing their totals to 184 million and 72.8 respectively. So
also,
Goodbye
Pan did
Mr.
72.
Goodbye Mr. Loser got the 184. You're like, what does this
mean?
mean?
I was like, they made 184, and I was like, oh wait a minute, that's right. Goodbye
Pan
Mr.
is supposedly got about 72.8 million.
Oh my god,
globally.
Goodbye Mr. Loser is destroying Pan, which is a big budget Hollywood film.
That's what happens.
I really think Martian is going to break 500-600 million because, like I said,
easily. Nah, maybe like 5.
Matt Damon, space, and I think China. They always wanted to go to the moon, and they
love
never
Matt
were
Damon
able to.
because the Chinese love Good Will Hunting. That's what they
Is
call
that
it.
really?
Yeah, it's their favorite movie.
Is that one of their favorites?
Yeah, it's their favorite American movie.
I have no idea if you're lying.
Yeah,
I
it's
have
true.
just absolutely no idea.
I believe you.
Hotel Transylvania is making a lot of money too. They're going to see Hotel Transylvania 3.
I feel like I'm really not able to read you well today, so I almost wanted to skip over
What
the
is it?
international game.
I've been telling you, I've been using some water serum based stuff.
Water beers for
yeah,
what?
Yeah, for my skin.
Okay, I didn't know what the hell it
Yeah.
was. I was like, what is that
I was
for?
like, what is he saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, you guys know the
like a
Monsters, the complete series of the Monsters is on Netflix now.
Really?
Yeah, you should
Never
watch a
really
couple
watched
episodes.
it.
Oh, it's
all
the
I
best.
know is like the Netflix and chill is taking over the world,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't know where it started. I'm really
But nobody
ignorant.
ever finishes watching the movie.
I do.
Depends on the movie.
Do you watch by yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Even
well,
by
that's the
myself,
problem.
I don't finish
No,
it.
I don't even get the when the red thing comes up, I'm done.
I'm
out.
really, really bad at turning off movies, even if I hate them.
Oh, really?
Like
Oh,
I like even if I've seen it like 1,000 times, or if I hate it, anything, like if it's on and I get sucked in for more than half an hour, I feel like I have to finish it.
I like the Netflix and chill. I watch them naked. I watch movies naked now. I got a bunch of blackout curtains in my house now.
So never mind. I feel much more comfortable about moving on
like
to the
I'm wearing
game
clothes, but I'm really
now.
International Day game. Let's do
Please
this.
cut him off with some music. That would be
Break out the
wonderful.
Rosetta Stone, because it's time for the international title game.
Al esfuerzo y al heroísmo de una revolución no lo queremos.
I was really expecting some sports references there, and I got none.
All I could think about the whole time I was doing it, I was just thinking about Tom Brady throwing for touchdowns. So I didn't even add anything.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Hey, that happens every once
I'm
in a while.
distracted. I'm distracted. I had nothing.
Get your head in the game.
I'm in
All
it now. Okay, so we're doing this.
do
here.
this.
I'm gonna write
Everybody
these
knows
down.
the international title game.
Oh, yeah. If you don't know what it is, basically he says things and lies to us.
Yeah.
And we try and figure out if he's lying.
Yeah. And if you don't know what it is, you're a complete imbecile
I
as well.
broke the pen.
He's gonna give us 4 titles from movies with foreign titles.
Yeah.
And one of them was true. 3 of them are true. One of them was false. We
Yeah.
gotta guess the false one.
Yes.
Did you not like my description?
No, I did. I was just.
He gave
I'm
it in
hammering it.
layman's
I'm hammering
terms.
at home.
He was
Yeah.
a layman. He gave it in layman's terms.
Yeah,
I
layman's
broke
terms.
my pen.
Oh, you did. It's all right.
No, we'll fix it.
All right, let's go. Let's do this.
it's Tom-
I need a win.
Tom Hanks.
I haven't won one
Tom
of these
Hanks.
forever.
Oh, I've got Tom Hanks.
This is a big Tom Hanks day.
Okay.
Tom Hanks.
His name is Tom. My name is Tom. And
Except
he
for
has a lot
everyone
more
loves
money.
him because he's
That's
so
true.
kind.
And he has
So
a lot
for
of money.
Tiffany Smith. Tiffany Smith is
You're
not
kind of
Tom
like the
Hanks.
She doesn't
anti-Tom
like Tom
Hanks.
I am. Yeah, I'm the exact opposite. I'm Ned Donnelly,
No,
Tom Hanks' character in Family Ties.
Okay.
Okay.
Continue.
Uncle Ned.
I know.
Did you ever see that one?
Continue.
You mentioned that last week.
Yeah, you've already talked about this,
Yeah,
so
but
we
he
can't
beat,
talk about
he
it
beat
again.
down Michael J. Fox. Everybody's got to
can't-
Google it. He smacked him from
You
across the room.
can't talk about it anymore because
Parkinson's.
you've already
Fine,
talked
anyway.
about it.
I'm gonna
There we
YouTube
go.
that.
Yeah, it's the best.
Okay.
You actually watch it immediately. He's the best in it.
Tweet it out
Okay.
after show.
Bachelor Party.
Oh, okay.
An early Tom Hanks movie.
Movie that doesn't hold up very well. in my
Yeah,
opinion.
it doesn't. It's free pass to pump cheek for the night.
That's not real.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
That's what
Pump
usually
cheek.
happens at a bachelor party. Everybody does that at a bachelor party, right? Like the wife or the fiance knows what's going to happen, but she tries to like not know what's going to happen, right?
What did you just ask me?
You know what I said. All right. Anyway, it's called Wild Card.
Wild card. Okay.
Yeah. The Green Mile. You know,
I
where it's,
love that movie.
With Tom Hanks and Michael Clark Duncan
I
and
love him.
Stephen King.
Stephen King and like Corey Feldman's there in there too. Or
That's
something.
Corey Feldman.
Yeah, he's in the jail.
Is Sam Rockwell in that?
Yes.
Corey Feldman was in the jail.
What's it called?
Black Magic.
That's not true.
I can see that.
He had magic, didn't he?
He was black.
Yeah. You know what Chinese do? Every time the black guy's in
I
the movie, they
just
call black.
I just figured out why it was
Yeah.
called Black Magic.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I mean, come on. That Thing You Do, where he was like that record producer.
Such a good movie. He directed it.
Yeah, it was good. Unstoppable Miracle.
That thing. Okay.
A
Last-
League of Their Own.
Oh yeah, another.
I
Peach Union.
used to love that movie.
Peach Union.
That's it. Peach Union.
Peach
Do you
Union.
know that movie?
League of Their Own?
Yeah.
Of course I know that movie.
Like, well,
Yeah, I watch that
Sure,
movie
it's
all the
Tom
time.
Hanks.
darn it. I was hoping because I was trying to figure out if he was telling the truth or not. Because like,
Oh, okay.
they're like, aren't they like the peaches or something? Like, peach is like also part of their.
No,
Yeah.
you know what the Chinese people
I
do?
know.
Call them peaches over there.
I'm gonna go Black Magic.
Well, I'm not done yet. Let me do it
Oh,
again.
there's the one more.
No. Bachelor Party, Wild Card. Sarah likes when I do doubles.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. I like
The
to
Green
repeat
Mile,
them.
Black Magic. That Thing You Do, Unstoppable Miracle. A League of Their Own, Peach Union.
All right. Well, I'm going Black Magic because I'm hoping that. I mean, that's just. I mean, if that's true, then
I was also gonna go Black Magic, but
you could ride or die.
Free pass to pump cheek for the night.
That would have been the one I would have picked if it was real.
I'd watch that immediately. That's what it was called.
what?
Yeah, I'd watch that movie. It was called that.
You pick? Are you picking Black Magic for
Yes,
sure?
Black Magic for sure.
Okay, I will pick Wild Card.
Oh, okay.
So he has the engineer.
Do we
Yeah,
have
does
an
our buddy
engineer
wanna do
guess?
it? Yeah, we
do.
do.
We
I gotta throw in with Black Magic.
Yes.
honestly.
Okay.
There's something about it that just says
don't
this is
know.
ridiculous to be fake.
Yes.
This is a game about alliances to beat Tom. We spread ourselves thin and hope that one person will win.
Well, you guys did because Black
Yes.
Magic is not true.
Finally, I haven't won one in like forever.
But he did. I mean, that's close though, because every time a black guy's in a movie in Chinese, they put it black. It's black, comma, and whatever else happens in the movie. So like
Yep.
black magic.
So what was it actually?
What was it actually? Do you remember?
No, something magic.
So exactly not what you just said.
Yeah, it wasn't black magic.
So exactly the opposite
Yeah.
of what you just said to be true.
Right. But Peach Union,
Okay.
I watch. Peach Union's good.
PG. That was gonna be my second
right.
choice.
All right. Well, moving on with a little bit more Tom Hanks for everyone.
Do this.
Yes.
Never have too much Tom Hanks.
No, you can't.
Also, there would have been more Toy Stories in this list because we're doing top 5 grossing Hanks. But as
Yeah.
our rules, one franchise.
Yeah.
So Toy Story only gets to claim one spot out of the 5. Sorry, Toy
Yes.
Story, you're still made a lot of money.
Yeah.
All
correct.
right. Starting with number 5 is going to Apollo 13.
Boom.
Bringing in, I believe these are the adjusted numbers, bringing in $334.4 million.
Love this movie.
Houston, we have a problem.
I still think it's the best space movie. I'll take it
I
over
would agree, it's
Interstellar.
one.
I'll take it over Gravity. I'll
Martian.
take it over The Martian. This to me.
I don't know if I'll take it over The Martian.
Oh, I'll definitely take it over The Martian.
Wow.
Bacon, Hanks,
Yep.
Paxton,
Ron Howard.
Harris, Sinise.
Clint Howard.
Need I say more?
Clint
Clint
Howard.
Howard.
It's great. No one is debating you on that. It's great.
This is it was so close to winning Best Picture that year, and I'm not sure what it lost to. It might have been the same year Braveheart came out, or no, it wasn't Pulp Fiction.
It's Ron Howard's favorite film he's ever done.
I think it's his best film overall, hands down.
I don't know about that. Gung Ho's better, I think.
Okay,
Gung Ho's my
different
favorite.
type of movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I absolutely love this movie. I watch it. I care for the characters. I feel the suspense, and it's based on a true story. I remember this is one of the last movies. This is the last movie I ever saw in a drive-in.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting.
I've been to a drive-in. I don't know if I've ever seen a movie, though.
Gotcha.
You know, Brad Pitt turned down an offer to star in his film.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah,
Over
and-
Tom
I don't know that.
Hanks?
Yeah, but he turned it down for 7.
Oh, smart. Well, you know what? I think that fit him better, and I think
Yeah.
this was perfect for Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
I think that's
Also,
stronger casting.
Hanks and Howard have got to get. They teamed up before for the freaking Angel and Demons, Da Vinci Code, which I don't like those movies.
No,
at
those
all.
are crazy. Tom
And
Hanks' hair in that was doing some
Yeah.
stuff that was outer worldly.
And the third one's coming out soon, which I'm not
Yeah,
really
did you see
looking
his
forward
hair
to.
in that?
I don't remember his hair in that. No.
It was like party in the front, like
It was like Nicolas
outer
Cage.
space in the back.
It's a little Nicolas Cagey.
Okay.
It was out of this world.
All right, so love Apollo 13. Great movie.
Okay, what about Castaway? It's bringing in our 4th spot with 351
Yeah.
million.
Great movie.
Some great lines. I mean, it
Good
made
flick.
a whole new world for volleyballs.
Zemeckis, right?
Yeah, Zemeckis, speaking of Martian, like this felt like, a lot of people said Martian was a little bit like
So if you
Castaway in
combined
Space.
Apollo and Castaway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of, yeah. Wow, that's probably how he thought about it. I like Castaway. It's good. I remember first time I saw the movie, it pissed me off because there was no animals on the whole island.
There isn't any.
There isn't any, but I was just like, what the hell's going on here?
Well, they had fish.
Yeah, well, of course. That's
Didn't
in
they
the
have
ocean.
any birds?
And the volleyball.
Yeah, the volleyball. I mean, I actually rewatched this movie not too long ago, and I enjoyed it much more than I remembered.
It's you have to watch it without any interruptions. You have to watch it in like a play. We can Netflix it or whatever. They have it on here. I don't think so though.
Yeah, I think it was on
And you
Netflix.
can't have any interruptions. It's so engrossing.
Yeah.
I really like this film. 15 years after release, Hanks jokingly reunited with Wilson, the
Yes,
volleyball,
at the game.
at a New York Rangers hockey
That's
game.
right. Yeah.
I mean, it gets used as a reference all the time.
Right,
It's
yeah.
used in like
Like,
Last Man on
Wilson.
Earth. It's just,
Yeah.
it's constantly referred to.
What do you, they didn't do any Blue Lagoon shots in there.
No,
They didn't want to do that.
we should film like a short version of this, but like Seth Wilson do
I would have
Stallone
definitely.
mug.
I would have found a knife and like carved like a girl out of a tree.
Great. Moving on to
something,
Saving
something had to
Private
happen over there.
Ryan, which brought in 383. Also, just to mention, because we started this list at $300+ million.
Yeah, Hanks is big time.
Just saying.
It's
Yeah.
great to hang out with.
Notice that, because that's nuts. Moving on to Saving Private Ryan, 3rd spot, bringing in 383.
This is my favorite Spielberg movie.
Is it your favorite Spielberg film? Really? Listen, probably the best World War II film ever made. I'm not gonna say best war film.
I'd go with that.
I want to say best war film overall because I love Platoon. I love Apocalypse Now. For some reason, the Vietnam War, I just
It depicted
like those stories a little better.
It depicted this World War II thing so well.
Yeah, and
It was
I'm one
great.
of the few who like don't love all the story beats in this movie,
Mm.
but the action and I mean I'll never forget. People say how when the first time I saw Jurassic Park they were like blown away. First time I saw T2, you're
Yeah.
like, this is crazy. I'll never forget the first time I saw Saving Private Ryan in that first 15 minutes D-Day.
No,
You're
45 minutes it is.
Was it 45
It's
minutes?
like a 45 minute
It's
scene.
really
well,
long.
that opening D-Day scene will go down as
I
one of the
could
most
have
memorable
left. I
things.
could have
ever.
left after that and been like, "That was great." That's all I
It
really
still
needed
could
to see.
have topped the charts for you.
I think yeah, I don't think he's topped it yet. Barry Pepper was fantastic in that.
As a sniper.
Yeah, the best World War II
Great cameos.
depiction I've seen in a really long time. You know that when he hit the guy with the, Pepper went right through the whatever a sniper's thing.
Yeah, the sniper scope.
It's a true story, but he did it at a impossible range Pepper. So yeah, it's pretty amazing.
And
But
Vin Diesel, Paul Giamatti. I mean, great cast.
yeah, they Spielberg found Vin Diesel for this, but also another great thing was Spielberg did not let anybody in after the movie started. It was like strict law. They had people by the door. I don't know if you remember it. Like they would, if the movie started already, they would tell you to go back and refund your money because he doesn't want anybody coming in on the movie and that kind of scene.
Wait, what?
Interesting.
If you tried leaving?
No, he's saying if people tried to come in late,
started,
like how people like
smart.
try and sneak into the theater, like
Spielberg
5
had it
minutes
to where
after.
he's like, I'll pay the person to sit there in front. Nobody is allowed to enter this movie after it starts.
That's really
Smart.
cool.
I like
All
that.
right, moving on to number 2, Toy Story 3. So this is where the Toy Story clump is going, bringing $437 million, almost 438.
That's big numbers, man. I mean,
Can't say I've
these
seen any
Huge
of
numbers.
these.
Toy Stories are just a beast. I mean, again, first Toy Story was the first movie of that kind.
I love the first Toy Story. I
Everybody
can't say the
does.
same about the
What's
third.
your favorite of the three? For
One.
me, 2.
Never watched one.
Oh my god.
I don't watch
I didn't
animated
like the
movies.
third
he doesn't
just
watch
because,
animated?
like, I liked the third.
Yeah, me too.
But I was like, this is not a kids movie at all.
It has some dark
Why,
moments.
was there
It's
stuff
super
going on?
dark.
Was it like a rapist in a toy
It's
chest or
about
something?
animated toys, and like it was,
Yeah.
it was too dark.
So you don't watch? I mean, what's the last animated movie you watched? Because you had to watch them at some
You
point.
haven't watched a single one.
Fast and Furious 7.
That's it's pretty close to animated movie.
Yeah. That's what I
Really, you
watch.
don't remember?
Why don't you watch animated films?
I watch animated X-rated stuff.
Okay,
That's it.
you need to go to Japan.
Yeah. It's good
Okay.
stuff. Japan anime.
All right.
All right, number 1, which I was surprised. I just want to say
You're surprised
Because-
about this number or that it's number 1?
the number.
The number. Okay.
And the distance between 1 and 2, because Toy Story 3 was a huge hit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know this movie won Best Picture, but I had no idea it made that kind of money.
I also didn't know it made this kind of money,
movie
and it
was a
makes
juggernaut.
me. I'm wondering though if this counts like re-releases or
Yeah,
anything
I don't
like
think it
that.
had any releases.
No, this movie. Yeah, it did.
Oh,
Did it
yeah,
really?
I
Yeah,
think
like a
it did.
20th anniversary or
But
something.
Yeah,
Even-
because what we're
it probably
talking
added a few
about,
million.
what we're
Yeah.
talking about is, of course, Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The number we have here is $659 million.
That's adjusted. That's
Boom.
adjusted.
Just
Right?
I mean,
So
that,
330
nuts.
and adjusted
I mean,
650.
this is
Adjusted, yeah.
let's remember the time frame here.
If this comes out now, it doesn't make this much money. No way.
This was
No.
early 90s, maybe 95-ish. I can't remember, in that area, before the internet and all that. This is when a movie was this well loved and word of mouth. Everyone had to go see it in the theater. This also probably added to the reason why it made Best Picture that year. It won Best Picture.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just such a nice historical tour.
Yes.
A nostalgia tour, you know, and Hanks killed it, and Sinise, and Robin Wright Penn, and Sean
Lieutenant
Penn,
Dan.
and Sean Penn was in this.
Lieutenant Dan,
You know
where's
what
your legs?
His
I
legs.
just
is-
love Lieutenant Dan.
You know, yeah, he's the best.
I mean,
Tom Hanks wasn't even paid for this film. Instead, he took percentage points, which ultimately
smart.
led to $40 million.
Holy moly.
You know, another crazy
I
fact.
did
I got
not
a lot
know
of
that.
facts about this movie that are
Okay.
very interesting. Bill Murray, Travolta, and Chevy Chase turned down the role
Of Gump?
of Gump.
Oh, I can't picture
Imagine
any of
Chevy
them.
Chase as Gump.
Oh my God, this would have been a Razzie Award.
It would have been the worst movie ever.
Why would Zemeckis even go to him?
And Travolta later admitted in passing was a mistake. No shit. You know what? Another crazy.
But
one
I
is?
just don't think it would have been that movie
Yeah.
with almost
No.
anyone
No.
else.
Can't see anyone
like
but
out
Hanks
of
doing
that.
No.
That just.
Bill Murray would have played it way goofier.
Yeah.
I mean, Tom Hanks just played on a perfect whatever.
Yeah.
He is autistic, whatever. You know, another interesting fact about this, and I think I could have, saw it properly if I envision it. Dave Chappelle turned down the role of Bubba Gump.
Oh, I can actually see that. Kind of.
Yeah, that I could see. That more.
But he was like a skinny crackhead at that point. It would have been very
It would
interesting.
have been a different feeling.
But maybe not though. And Chappelle's on record saying it's the biggest mistake of his whole career
Wow.
because he thought it was going to flop. He's like, this is going to be terrible.
I mean, on paper, like if I'm reading this, I'd be like, "What is this?" I
that's
could
what-
see like having trouble understanding exactly what it was trying to be.
Right.
But you just gotta trust as someone like Zemeckis. At that point, you just kind of gotta trust him. I mean, the guy was a great filmmaker.
Well, I mean, look, if you read something like Back to the Future, they'd be like, what the fuck? It's like,
yeah.
I read a lot of scripts, and sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how this movie's made. Or if I watch a movie like something like Forrest Gump, I'll be like, let me see what the script was about. And I'll read it and be like, wow, this guy's, you could tell really how good Zemeckis is as a director when you can convey this kind of stuff. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Well,
such a good movie.
Tom Hanks, we applaud you and your plethora of good money-making
Yeah.
juggernauts.
This was a big Tom Hanks weekend for
I'm
us.
curious, who do you think has more box office under their belt, Tom Hanks or Tom Cruise?
Box office money?
Yeah, just like in the bank. I'm gonna to be continued next week, everybody.
I would say Tom Cruise.
You think so?
Mission Impossible.
He's more of a-
Yeah, because he has that franchise.
I think he has a
I don't know if he has a $600 million movie under his belt, though.
Yes, he does.
Which movie?
It's the Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible, they get close now, but this is adjusted. I mean,
You know what? The Toy Stories might bring.
That's
him
what I'm
over-
saying.
him
Don't
over.
forget those
Yeah.
3 Toy Stories.
Tom Hanks, no question.
It could be Tom Cruise, though, too. I don't
It
know.
could be Tom Cruise.
No, but he's got the Mission Impossibles, but he doesn't have any animateds.
Okay.
Risky Business. Top Gun's huge.
Are you trying to find out?
Yes, I am.
Castaway.
But I have no internet.
But Tom Cruise does a lot
That's
of
okay.
like
I'm
small
gonna.
movies.
All right, we can talk
close.
about some upcoming films while I try and Google
Yeah, and
because
all-
my internet's
Real
down.
quick, those Ron Howard movies I don't like, based on those Da Vinci books, those were monsters.
Oh, that's true. Oh yeah.
You gotta go, Hanks.
Tom Hanks, easy. Tom
All right.
Hanks by probably like.
I'm
upwards
looking
of
it up.
$1
I'm
billion.
looking it up. We can talk a little bit about, first off, The Last Witch Hunter. Hello,
Yes.
Vin Diesel coming in to join us in
Did
theaters.
anybody see that great picture of Vin Diesel with his shirt off, like and
No.
he was,
Like
like
the
smoking cigarettes and he had
1,000 pictures of-
super dad body.
No.
He had
No.
this giant belly and he was like
I
on
have
a
no
porch.
idea what you're
He
talking
looked like he
about.
was on like a raging drinking binge or something.
I feel like we're trying to get some help up here, but I can't see who we're talking about, so it's very difficult.
That's
As a lead
me.
actor, it's like $3 billion.
Who are we? But who is this?
it's Tom Cruise.
This is Tom
Tom Cruise.
Cruise.
That's Tom Cruise.
And
Domestic
box office, does that say $3 billion
Yeah.
as a leading actor? That's
Yes.
not even including supporting. So if we can just add this
think-
really quick, $3 million,
$3 billion.
$3 billion.
For Tom.
I keep saying that.
Story
$3
creator.
billion, but then you have supporting lead,
I think we
cameo,
only count
and
leading.
narrative. No, there's no way.
He made
You-
$78
you only
You
million
can also
as a
count
story creator.
supporting.
Supporting, but we're talking about leading. These are movies that, I mean,
Leading, he's $3 billion.
Can we do leading
Yeah.
and supporting?
No,
And
$3 billion is fine.
let's go see what Tom Hanks is, because I think we should do leading and supporting.
supporting.
Jesus,
All right,
that's a
so
lot of money.
supporting was like $300 million, right?
Yeah, Tom Hanks, $4 billion.
$4 billion.
It's an
Yeah.
extra $1 billion. I told you. I said he's gonna probably beat him by $1
Yeah,
billion.
but look. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
never mind. His
Hanks-
cameo's really high too.
Hanks
Yeah.
rule.
I really want to get these side by side.
Yes, he does no unclassified
mean,
roles
he's the-
either. He's the best.
He's $1 billion over.
Wait, can we? I just want to get them side by side. Can I do that? Oh, look, they're doing so much help.
That's Tom
Okay,
Cruise.
so for Hanks,
He wasn't really drunk. He just had.
for
he
Cruise, we
bruised.
have $3 billion versus Hanks $4 billion in leading roles. And then you go down, and their next biggest number is in technical roles. Let's see, Cruise has over $1 billion as a producer, and
So does Tom Hanks.
no,
he's lower.
no, and Hanks has $700 million
Yeah.
Jesus.
as a producer.
It's Hanks all the way.
Yeah.
He's $1 billion.
yeah.
He's $1 billion over
He's-
on leading.
Wow, Tom Cruise got $89 million
No, but
as a
look,
narrator.
but you look. So in
I think he did March of the Penguins or something.
Can't be right.
Yeah, no. he
yeah,
did
but
March
you
of the
look at the
Penguins.
supporting numbers.
Yeah.
I feel like we have to add these fully up.
Supporting
I'm
are pretty
gonna-
close, though.
We're gonna
No.
have to add these fully up.
No.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks wins.
I want to add them fully up.
All right,
we'll
but
do that later.
I'm pretty sure
Jesus Christmas.
Hanks has got it.
Anyway, I think
so
so,
Witch
too.
Hunter.
But we need to talk
Last Witch Hunter, let me say this. This is, I think, a little bit of a big deal for Vin Diesel. Can he carry a movie outside of Fast and Furious?
Yeah, it looks ridiculous.
It looks it
It's
does
like
not look
smoking
good.
hookah and somebody
Riddick.
transforms into something. But you know what? It's about Dungeons and
Riddick
Dragons.
didn't do
I
that
think.
good.
I don't care. I liked it.
Okay, but didn't do that good. It was a
Hmm.
decent. it
I
only
am
made a
one of
few
the people
million.
who will see this movie.
I will only see it if people tell me it's good.
Vin Diesel's going to play
don't think it's
Joe
gonna be
Paterno
good.
in the Penn State story.
I don't think it's gonna be good, and I'm still gonna see it.
Yeah, Vin Diesel is Joe Paterno.
Also coming
Where does that come
out.
from?
Tom Cruise is Jerry Sandusky.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Also
gonna be
coming out
great.
is Paranormal Activity. Why did you just
Because I'm sick of these paranormal movies. They
no
suck.
more?
This is the last one.
Good.
Yes, Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension. Talking about the other paranormal activities. The first Paranormal Activity made $107 million. Paranormal Activity
first one's
2
good.
opened to 40, ended at 80. Paranormal Activity 3 opened to 50, ended at 104. Paranormal Activity 4 opened to 29 and ended at 53.
Let me run something by you real quick.
Okay, then I got to throw some.
Okay, you please do.
Including this movie,
Yeah.
the franchise has an accumulative $18 million budget for all the films
Yeah.
together.
Oh, they're money makers for
The
sure.
first five the franchise have all together
Yeah.
grossed to $800 million
Yeah. No one. I would.
for $18 million.
Listen,
Yes,
I
I
don't like the
understand.
movies, but if I was
That's
a
a nice
producer, I would be pumping these out as much as I
It's
could.
Oren Pelly. He owns like Chernobyl now. He owns like the whole state over there.
Let me tell you what. If you've seen a trailer for this movie, and this really angered me, is the fact that the first movie, what makes it so good is they don't show you anything of the ghost. It's all
Yeah.
suggestive. A little bit of sheet moving, a woman's arm being held.
Yeah, she's a lot of side boob.
Yeah, a little shaking of a chandelier. But
Kate
in this
Featherton.
movie, literally they're showing you the ghost with the worst crappy CGI I've ever seen. And it's totally against what I think the whole freaking series is supposed to be.
Before we move on to Rock the Casbah,
look
Gem
at
and the Holograms and stuff, we have
Look at
the
that.
results. Hanks comes out with $4.453 billion.
Wow.
While Cruise comes out with $4 billion.
Wow.
I mean,
So Hank's got beat by almost $500 million. That's a big deal.
Cruz has got to,
guys,
he's got to work more.
I
He's
think
got
they're
to.
both fine.
No, they're both fine.
Yeah, but Cruz has got to work more. He's got to stay out of the Korean bathhouses. He's got to work more.
Yep.
He did his whole Scientology thing, had to get married a couple of times. Hanks has been just married and happy, and
Yeah, he does the best stuff.
Saves
Who's he
his
right?
money.
Who's he married to? Rita Wilson. Yeah.
Yep.
they're like wonderful, happy people.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
moving on to Rock the Casbah,
Yeah, listen,
which I will not be seeing.
I'll be seeing for two reasons. Bill Murray. Danny McBride also.
Yeah.
Also.
Kate Hudson's
Bruce
in this,
Willis
too.
looks like he has a fun little cameo in there.
That's something. else.
When's the last time Bill Murray has led a straight up comedy?
been
He
a
did
while.
an
It's
been
indie
a
last
while.
year.
Well,
Yeah.
the Melissa McCarthy one, but he didn't really read
Yeah,
that.
that was a dramedy.
Yeah.
But this is like, but that movie he was playing actually a character in that was nothing like Bill Murray. He was
That's
playing
true.
like a grumpy old guy. This looks like Bill Murray doing his old classic Bill Murray thing. And I'm interested in seeing it again. If it gets horrible reviews, yeah, I'll probably skip it. But
Kate
just from the
Hudson's in it.
trailers, it looks
Alright.
fun.
I hit on Kate Hudson once
Really? Where?
at the after party to Something Borrowed.
No idea.
No, it was good. I went there and I was like, I told a joke.
Now she, I believe, isn't she like dating Nick Jonas or something?
Yeah, so I was in the mix.
I don't know.
I somehow placed myself in the mix, obviously, and I was telling a joke about how long you can tell like homeless people been on the street by their like attire and stuff like that. And she started laughing and she goes, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "I'm Bob Finstock." You know,
Is Kurt Russell there?
No, he wasn't. Like Colin, a bunch of other people. So she was leaving. I go, "Hey, let me jump in with you." And she's like, "Where?" I'm like, "Just let me jump in your car, and then just drop me off around the block."
Yeah.
She's like, "Why?" I was like, "Why not?" She's like, "So people and your friends in there think you could just, you left with Kate Hudson?" And
Yeah.
I'm like, "Precisely." And she's like, "I'm not going to do that." I'm like, "Come on, just, come on." She thought about it for a second.
The come on is what.
Do you
Come on,
understand how
Come on.
weird that is?
No, she was like, "What do I get out of it?" I'm like, "Well, if you want to let me in the car for the whole time."
Okay,
then we'll see how
moving
it
on.
goes."
Also coming out in the more teen genre is Gem and the Holograms.
Yeah. Never watched this
Is
show.
Josie and the Pussycats sequel?
No, this
No, it's about a
Was it like hipsters
girl.
or something?
is. You're
No,
the
it's-
demographic here.
I am not the demographic
No, I'm saying like
here.
when you were a kid, did you watch this show?
No.
I never even heard of it.
But I like
Probably too
remember
young.
the drawing of it.
Okay.
But this is like they've tried to modernize it.
Yeah, it looks
So
nothing like
it's
cartoon.
like a girl gets discovered basically by a YouTube video
Mm-hmm.
and becomes an overnight sensation. And has like two identities. It's like Hannah Montana meets Gem meets YouTube
Yeah, it's
in
based,
a movie.
it's based on a really cheesy 80s cartoon, which apparently it was like a big deal with like, I remember
Mm-hmm.
my cousin, like she loved the show. She had the toys.
I've never heard of it. Or I've heard of it, I think, but I don't know.
But
I was probably out of my
The
mind at
movie
that point
looks
in the
horrible.
90s.
The movie looks horrible.
Who's in it?
Nobody famous. I think John Cho directed it. The guy who did like Step Up. It was like a passion project
John
for
Chow
him.
from Harold and Kumar?
We should also mention
Is
that
Miley Cyrus in this?
no,
She's doing that Milk concert.
no idea.
She's doing a
I
naked
don't
concert.
know.
It's bad. I
have
don't know what's
no
going
idea
on
what's
there.
happening.
I tweeted about it. It's going to be
But
crazy.
Steve Jobs is also expanding on the 23rd to 2400
Curious to see how that's gonna do.
I heard
theaters.
it's going to win. It's
Oh,
going to
no.
win Oscars.
Yes, I'm trying to click on more information about our final film, but I can't tell. It's only-
Suffragetti.
Yeah, it's opening in 4 theaters, but no more internet. I'm trying.
Yeah, listen, it's a Meryl Streep film. The girl from Education. We said her name earlier. What's her name?
Carey Mulligan.
Carey Mulligan. It's definitely going for that small release first, and hopefully it'll do good per theater. I think anytime Meryl Streep's in a movie and you're releasing in the fall, it's gonna have some sort of Oscar buzz.
Yeah, of course.
I mean,
I haven't heard too much about this yet.
I don't know.
I've heard
It
some
really
things.
hasn't been. I'd say not much. There's been a slim portion
Ricky in the
of things.
Flash.
Listen, I didn't think she was getting nominated for Into the Woods. I don't know how the hell she pulled that out.
She just, I know what she does.
Yeah.
Back in Time's coming out. It's a documentary
All right,
about
guys,
the
we have
Back to
to
the Future.
speed up
Yeah.
a little quickly.
I
Those
smile
are our movies that are coming out.
Tough week.
Of those, let's talk to Jen the Holograms is getting about 2,200 plus. Last one was 103,000. Paranormal Activity nationwide, Rock the Casbah 2,000. Steve Jobs 2,400. So we have we have 5 movies coming out in 2,000 plus theaters.
Oh, man.
This week to add to our top 5 that already came out, which had of the top 5 last weekend, 3 of those were new releases. So let's, I guess, get into that.
So hard.
Yeah,
an easy
this
one.
is going to be
Is it easy?
super
No, it's not easy.
super fun. Starting questions to get the ball rolling. Who does everyone know that Jobs is wide releasing this week? Is that like a
Everyone.
known
You
fact?
mean everybody here?
No, I didn't know until
I
you told
mean,
me.
like
I don't know.
in the
That's a good
general
question.
public, because like I've already seen it.
Yeah.
So and you've seen it.
I've seen it too. So
it kind of sometimes washes
It-
over
it's
me,
over
like
our radar, yeah.
that if it's being hyped about, because
Yeah.
like, so that's my question, because it did really well in its
Yes.
limited release, really well. It's
got a strong
I just
cast,
don't know.
Which
where that's gonna
Witch
come out.
Hunter is very interesting.
because it's coming off Fast 8, but it's not
Yeah.
Fast 8. I don't know if he could do
Not
anything
Fast
outside of
8.
it.
And you've got
Paranormal's kind of
Activity.
dying.
I could do like 20 though.
All right, who's going first?
I'll go first.
All right,
Alrighty.
cool.
Okay. Jobs. What'd it do? What Jobs do? 1.5 in 500 theaters or something like that.
Like 4 theaters.
it
No,
made
no, it was-
its per theater
it was in 50
average was
theaters, right?
higher than any movie at all this year.
1.5. She's probably gonna do like 16 because of the buzz. I'm gonna go number 1, Paranormal Activity. I think it's gonna do like 20.
Okay.
Number 2 is going to be Jobs.
Okay.
God. Number 3, Goosebumps. God, I don't think Rock the Casbah's doing any money. Number 4, I'm going with The Martian. And number 5, I guess I'll go with. Did I say Witch Hunter?
No.
No.
Witch Hunter. Number 5, Witch Hunter.
Okay.
Yeah. So, whatever. What did I say?
You said Paranormal Activity,
Right.
Jobs, Goosebumps, The Martian,
and Witch Hunter.
Hunter. So
Yeah.
you are not including Gem and the Holograms or Rock the Casbah.
No,
Which is smart.
they're not going to make any money.
That's smart, yeah.
This is a tough one. This might be the toughest one we've had all year. We're damn close to it.
You want to go Sarah or me?
Go ahead.
Okay. This is tough. Number 1, number 2.
I'm going with Jobs first, just so you
You're going
know.
Jobs first? Okay, well, I'm not going
I'm
there.
doing the risk. I'm gonna try and beat him.
I'm gonna take a chance here, and I'm gonna put Last Witch Hunter at number 1.
Wow.
Okay.
I think the trailers aren't that bad, and I think Vin Diesel in Halloween. It's a Halloween kind of based movie in a way.
Yeah.
So
right.
I think those two mix might give it number 1, but it's gonna be neck to neck with Paranormal Activity. I think that thing it's gonna be because it's falling basically on Halloween weekend almost. I'm gonna give it to that. Number 3, I'll go. I will go Steve Jobs. Then I'm gonna go The Martian, and then Goosebumps.
Wow.
That's it.
You think Martian?
I think Martian's going to overtake Goosebumps because it's just been stirring so much stronger. Goosebumps is going to fall behind Martian because you got Last Witch Hunter and Paranormal that's going to take away.
What do you guys think Gem's bringing in?
Nothing.
It's going to bring crap.
I think it's going to be close
$4 million.
You don't think it could be close to the Duff?
$4 million.
It's going to be, 4 to 5.
4 to 5. There's too much stuff out there.
Yeah, I agree.
You got Paranormal Activity, which is that market.
Which is that?
So I got Last Witch Hunter, Paranormal, Jobs,
Although
Martian,
I could be wrong.
Goosebumps.
Could be wrong. Not bad. So you know, if you lose, when you weren't here, we came to the conclusion that if you lose, that you got to wear that Burrito shirt and do the international title game in front of the thing.
Yeah,
it's not happening.
And if Sarah loses, she's got to do it.
And if he loses, he has to do it.
How many do we go for?
It's till December, till Christmas, till our last show.
We'll
then
discuss.
We come back January 1st.
Sure. We'll discuss.
All right, you know what? I'm giving.
We'll discuss it.
I'm giving it to Jobs just because I want it to win. I always go with the heart.
Me too. I would like it too. Awesome.
Because of the movies coming out, that's the one I want to see get the most money. So Jobs number 1, then Paranormal, then Last Witch Hunter, then Goosebumps, then The Martian.
Okay. Wow. Interesting.
Okay.
Well, we all got different lists. I'm taking a chance with Last Witch Hunter.
I'm taking a chance with Jobs, but I just don't want the other movies to win over it.
I don't know if anything's gonna be over 20. I think it's gonna be right here again, like 22, 23 at number 1 because there's so many different things going on.
I really think Paranormal. I don't know how Last Paranormal did.
Oh my goodness, we are over.
Yeah.
Guys, we need to go. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we can't even take calls.
If there's one caller right now.
No, we're not even up. They're not even up.
It's all right. It's all good.
Yeah, we
tried.
Sorry, guys. We'll get you next week.
It's our fault.
It's your fault for showing up late.
Patriots and Mets are calling.
Yeah. It's big stuff.
We'll definitely hit it next week. We'll make sure we have extra time next week.
We're going to get here real early.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll drive.
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll drive. I drive really fast now.
Yeah.
110 miles an hour.
All right.
I'm in high demand on Sundays. What am I supposed to do?
I will probably not be here next Sunday.
Really?
Why not?
Oh.
Where are you going to be?
A wedding.
Again?
You are like a wedding professional.
Who is it? Roxy?
No. Didn't you ask me that last time?
I think
Roxy's not getting married.
She's going to get married one of these days.
All right, well, we'll find
someone
someone fun to fill in for you.
Oh, thanks.
I don't know who we'll get. Maybe Ken.
Anyway, thank you all for putting up with us, for starting late and ending late. And we'll take your calls next week. Thank you for always calling in. Please rate, subscribe.
Yeah, we got to get our numbers up. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
We should be the highest rated show on the internet. I don't know what is going on.
That's what he said.
Tell everybody.
But I thank
tell
you.
your friends.
Follow me at Schmoes JT.
Yeah, at Bob Finstock.
At Sarah_Stratton.
Mets to the World Series.
Boom.
Easy.
Patriots.
Bye.
Going down Colts.
Stop sports referencing.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network. The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.